Our next guest has a fine soap pedigree, having spent time on The Royal, Hollyoaks and Emmerdale, and now actress Natalie Anderson is causing trouble on the Corrie Cobbles, as you can see in this sneak peek of tonight's episode.
Where is he then? Where are you hiding him? No doubt he came running to you with his tail between your legs.
Do you know what, Ryan, mate? That's a go, mate.
Oh, Kit, no, please.
You better answer me. Where is he?
What, do you not understand? I have had nothing to do with your fella.
Pull the other one. I know your type.
My type? Mm-hmm. And what's that, then? The type that goes shouting her mouth off without having a clue what she's talking about?
I've got a clue. Trust me, I've got more than a clue.
Well, then take it somewhere else and stay away from me and my son. Do you understand me?
Not that it's any of my business, but Sarah hardly knows your husband. I mean, he's only working the scaffolding at your place, isn't he?
Yeah.
So why don't you go and marry his busy mate, Todd? Surely he knows what's going on. If there is anything going on, of course.
Well, here to tell us more about what this means for Theo and Todd, please welcome Natalie Anderson. Oh, never mind the hello, sit down. Tell us more.
Well, causing trouble already.
Oh.
Yeah, it's such an amazing storyline to be part of, and yeah, tonight it's kind of, we've seen over the last few weeks that these things have been happening, and Danielle has been completely in the dark about everything, and Todd and Theo have got this relationship, and you know, obviously the audience are very much in on it, and tonight is the night where we're going to find out how it all goes. I don't want to spoil it for everyone.
We'll get in trouble. But it must be a fantastic part to play. And what was it like walking onto the cobbles?
Oh, honestly, I'm not going to lie, I nearly cried. I was very much... Yeah, I was... It's such a part of our landscape, isn't it, Coronation Street? Yeah. And to get the call that, you know, like, they wanted me to play the role, and it was just incredible. And I was walking down, like, all the corridors going, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like, because even though I've been doing this job a long time, you know, it never... Those things, I think, those moments, they're still really precious. And, like I said, it's such a part of the fabric of our television.
I suppose it's like sort of stepping out onto an iconic stage for a performance. It's sort of... It become almost like that set, doesn't it? So
definitely. And that scene, you know, I've had a few scenes in the Rovers, and one of them was a big, shouty scene, and I was like... oh, my gosh, this is like Gail and Eileen and all like, amazing things. And I had lovely Sue, actually. Lovely Sue Cleaver was with me on my first day, and I told her how nervous I was, and she really put me at ease, and she told me all about her first day, and I was so grateful for that because, like I said, I was kind of quaking in my boots, and just to have that support.
Is it hard for you to go from being such an iconic character, really, in Emmerdale, because you were there for 5 years, to then going onto the cobbles and trying to make people accept that that's two different people?
Yeah, and in some ways, yeah, you know, that is a challenge, but that's kind of what I really relish. That's why I love my job. I love to try and find out new things about new characters, and why I like to move around quite a lot and, you know, not stay anywhere for too long.
I'm like that with the relationship.
You're doing the digging work. You're trying to get the best bits out of it. Yeah, so that's kind of what I...
Once you get the best bits, move on.
That's it. She's got the best bits. Like, yeah, I'm done now. And I think that's what I really loved about Danielle, though, was that she hit the ground running. Like, I knew straight away, and they had a very strong idea of what they wanted her to be.
You didn't get any warm-up time. No. You went straight in.
Yeah, straight in. Like, my first day, I was, like, crying my eyes out because she's, you know, she's grieving her mum, and so that was kind of really full on, but it was like, you've got to, you know, bring your A game. And, you know, with a soap, you don't get any breathing time. It's not like doing a movie or doing, you know, a drama. You've literally got to nail those scenes in 40 minutes.
You've done a drama. You was on Netflix. Is it Fool Me Once?
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Brilliant. You played Claire, the sister. What is the difference you saw from obviously being on, you know, National Treasure soap and being on something that is like maybe a bigger budget, it's global? Did you see the difference in that?
I think at the time when we were filming it, I don't think any of us knew how big it was really going to be, and it was incredible, which was amazing for everybody involved. But the difference a lot of the time is time. Like, on a drama or on a film, you get a lot of time. You get time to kind of move the cameras, and often it's a single camera as well, so you've got the time for the shot to be set up. On a soap, you've got 3 cameras pointing at you, and they want to get all the shots done at once, and it's like you've got 40 minutes to really nail some really emotional stuff. And if you don't know what you're doing and you don't arrive knowing kind of how you want to go into this scene, what you should be doing, then you can kind of get caught off guard. And I do think that the snobbery around soap, it really does annoy me, because I'm like, I do feel like, you know, soap actors are often some of the hardest working actors. And it's why I'm really passionate as well about the genre, because I just feel like you get some incredible performances that have no time behind them, you know, and you know, we celebrate some amazing actors and actresses.
Do you think soap acting would catch out a lot of Hollywood actors or theatre actors? Tell us the truth.
Tell us the truth.
If I'm honest, I do, actually. Yeah, I do. And I think you'll find a lot of actors that have done a lot of drama have moved into soap and said, it's very difficult. It's really tough. It's not what they thought it was going to be, because it's a machine. You know, you might be doing 15 scenes a day, and whereas on a drama or a film, you might be doing, you know, 4 scenes. I did a film where literally I think we had 4 hours to do 1 scene, and I was just standing around going, what are you doing? Like, and then going, you won't get this on a soap.
Soap would be the equivalent to doing what in a soap?
Literally, in 4 hours, you've probably done about 6 scenes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Preparation and build-up to those 2 different genres are quite different.
Yeah, very different.
And your transition from one soap to another, there's some other transition that you've been dealing with recently as well that I know you wanted to talk about.
Yes. Yeah.
Women of a certain age. Did something creep up on you?
Yeah, I mean, we say like women of a certain age, but you know, I do a podcast which is kind of primarily about the perimenopause, and that. I feel like we don't have enough education around this topic in women's health. It's like we've got pregnancy, and then we're now starting to talk about menopause, but there's a 15-year gap in between, which needs...
I think I might be swimming in your stream.
Yeah, you see, but you see what I mean?
It's
like
30s
35.
Begin.
Yeah.
What were the things that surprised you, or what are the things that you'd want people to know, women to know?
Yeah, I think for me, I was talking to a doctor and I was talking about my anxiety, which I've had all of my life, but I never talked about it early on. And she said, you know, actually, Natalie, I think you might be perimenopausal. And I was 38 then, and it was the very first series of the podcast. I said, I've never heard that word. What even is that word? And she said, oh, it's the bridge between, you know, you can kind of start around about 35, and it's the 15 years before 15 years, everyone. So, it's the 15 years before menopause.
Natalie, I'm going to have to jump over the bridge because we're running out of time.
Sorry,
Thank you
so sorry.
much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Natalie, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll look forward to Corrie tonight.